Hi everyone, it's Misty here, design team member for Stamp Anything. Welcome to another Fanny Friday. In today's video, I'm coloring Samantha from the September Bewitched release. If you missed it, this month's theme is Bewitched, and this is the month where everything changed. It's now a 6x8 stamp set. You get 4 characters, and then lots of little characters and a few more sentiments. So it's more bang for your buck for sure. So I'm going to start with her skin per usual. I will get the Copics listed down below. I left the spot between her eyebrow and her mascara or her eyeliner white because I'm going to give her some eyeshadow. I'm going to give her some pink eyeshadow. Pink is one of my favorite looks that I do on my own, on myself. So I decided to use a couple of my favorite pinks, which is 13 and 23. And I'm just kind of blending them out. It's not like hugely noticeable when you see the finished card, but I love it. And you're like, Misty, why pink? I don't know. I don't know. Probably because I had an idea for this stamp set, and I will have a reel or a video next week, but I made a card with this stamp, and I really like it. Maybe I should just flash a picture up. We'll see how we do. I'm gonna leave you in suspense. So I am coloring her skin tone per usual, like I normally do. Darkest to lightest is easier for me, but a lot of people go lightest to darkest. If you notice that I kind of stamped them close together, and that will become an issue later. But for right now, that's future Misty's problem in the past. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this card or her hair really. So for her hair, I went ahead and brought in some blondes, some like light ease, and again, I'll have them listed down below. And I added like some darkness where her bangs are, but the way her hair is drawn, it's like slicked back and then it goes down the sides. So instead of flicking, this time I did some flicking, but for the most part, I went in and colored the different kind of sections in different colors. And I think it makes it look like she has highlights and lowlights. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments down below. I was trying to remember, I colored someone's hair like this before, and now I can't remember who it was. It may have been one of the fairies. Yeah, I honestly don't remember. So, and then here I cut her out, and you can see I was like, Misty, what are you doing? And this is where I'm bringing in a little bit of a deeper color. I believe this is E33. Again, I wanted to give her some highlights. I wanted to give her some lowlights, have some dimension to this hair color, because I felt like it was falling a little bit flat. And while I'm going to create a background for her, I still want her to be the focal image. So I'm spending more time on her than I would on the rest of it. I colored 2 chibis and made 2 cards in 3 hours. So, and I think I finished one of them like at 11:30 or midnight last night. I don't remember. Brennan will have to remind me. But yeah, I got it in my head. Like I don't pre-plan my videos. I think we've talked about that before. I don't pre-plan my videos. So when inspiration strikes, I have to get it out of my head or it will never happen. So that's kind of what happened last night. It's like I had this idea in my head. I cut her off her broom. And yeah, so again, I'll have that. I'm going to try to have that as a reel on Facebook and Instagram. I need to up my Instagram game, especially so I can start sharing Stamp Anything again. I don't know. Instagram is just, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like a boomer. Instagram. Anyway, so I spent quite a bit of time on her hair, but I really love how it looks. And I apologize for the color. For some reason, I need to change my camera's setting. I think I did it on accident. So yeah, the color's in and out. Okay, I'm giving Samantha cleavage. Not really cleavage. I'm giving her some boobs. So I kind of drew a boob shape where I thought her boobs would be with my darkest colors. I'm using C9, 7, 5, I believe, are the 3 that I used. So I'm going with the darkest first, like I said, and then I'm going to go in and just kind of fade it in. She's going to look thicker than a snicker, let me tell you. She looks like an hourglass figure on this broom, and I don't know how I managed to do that, but I really like it. So above her, kind of where the line of demarcation is for her breast, I colored lighter, and then right underneath it, I colored lighter too. So it kind of gives this illusion that she has a bit more shape. So I don't know, I really like it. I was really proud of this coloring for sure. And later she's going to get some sparkles, so. But yeah, I did this to both of the images I colored, and I really, really like it. So getting her in her black dress, I thought this was like a shift dress, so like a sleeveless shift dress, because she wears those a lot. I looked up Samantha in fashion on Google, and I thought, oh, I'll do pink because and I noticed that it had sleeves. I'm like, Missy, you dodo bird. For the broom handle, I'm just using one color. And then for the kind of straw, I'm trying to use those like 48 kind of khaki looking colors. And I'm just kind of flicking a little bit. I didn't go into it a whole lot because it's not going to be the main focal point, but I did want it to have just a little bit of dimension. I considered getting out the colored pencils to add a bit more. But again, I don't want the broom to be the focus. I want her face and her dress and her cute little shoes to be the focus. So I'm going to bring in the dye and go, Misty, what did you do? So I decided to go ahead and use the dye and cut her out. And then once I was done, I just decided to cut her out with scissors. I've got a kitty break. She was being very insistent. I have this up at like 800 speed or 1000 speed. When she gets demanding, she gets demanding. And so you'll see me like redirect her because she loves to chew on plastic and she's a magnet for plastic. So for the base of the card, I'm going to go ahead and set a city scene. I'm going to be using some pink glitter paper, and I had colored it off camera, but I used a pink gel pen to go over her shoes. So her shoes are sparkly and pink, and I love it. This is some white glitter paper for the clouds. I'm building a night sky, so to speak. I thought I was going to use that black glitter. That I should have because it's so pretty, but that would be a lot of glitter. a lot of glitter. So these are what the clouds look like after you cut them out. Here's a tip. If you have this and you don't have cloud stencils or a cloud stencil, cut this out of just a piece of construction paper and you've got a stencil. I actually used to do that with a really pretty set of clouds that I loved. I just cut out one piece of paper and used it as a stencil until it fell apart. But yeah. So I had a spare piece of the yellow glitter paper on my desk from last week's project. So I'll cut out the moon. I've cut a piece of black cardstock to 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. It's going on a white note card. And then I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to build this up. I do end up only using one of the cities and then 2 of the stars. 2 of the clouds. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm going to be doing a starry night sky in just a few minutes. So yeah. Love, 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 love. And I went ahead and cut off the bottom of this, and I'm going to save that piece. I save all of my little scraps, goes in a little Ziploc bag, so I can use it again later. And I love this so very much. Love it so much. And I was playing around if I only wanted one set of clouds, but no, I do definitely like the 2. So I'm bringing in a little bit of acrylic paint in a block, and I'm going to add the paint. I'm going to add just a little spray of water into it, and then I'm going to use a paintbrush and kind of flick this on. I did this over my trash can, and it didn't look too bad, but I didn't let it dry. Like, I did not let it dry. So it can look a little smeary if you're up close and personal, but I mean, it just looks like the sky. It's, again, not the focal point, but I wanted it to be a night sky. And there, if you didn't see it, there are actually two different cityscapes. And both of those come with a overlayer, so you can have the back layer like yellow or maybe white if you want to show that it's there's lights on inside. So I didn't use both of those. I just used the one. Or the one. Okay, so when you have glitter paper, you've got to use a very strong adhesive for it. So liquid glue will work, but you guys know, if you followed me at all, you know that I am very messy with the liquid glue. And so I prefer score tape. Now, tearing tape is what I think Stampin' Up! Calls it. I think Scrapbook Pal calls it like scrappy tape. Like I think maybe Stamp Anything has some of this. I need to look. But yeah, so it's kind of like, it's just really strong adhesive. So once it's down, it's not coming up. Just be mindful of that. But again, you can use liquid glue. That might be easier for you. But this, again, I'll get it all over the place and then I get frustrated and then everything is gluey and I hate it. So yeah. So I put the tape down, burnished it. So meaning just went over it with my bone folder, and then I pulled off the backer sheets and got it adhered. I'm cutting off the extras because they're both just a little bit wider than a standard A2 size card. So I couldn't find my big Mama Jamma, of my Scotch adhesive. I know I have it somewhere, but so I'm using little tiny baby dimensional adhesive on her head. And then I'm going to use liquid glue on the rest of her body because her head is going to be, there's going to be a space behind her head because she's going to not be on the cloud. So that gives her head some stability because even though we didn't pop up the background, she's still going to be popped up a little bit. So I decided I wanted a sentiment. Normally I wouldn't do it, but I felt like it needed a bit more black to kind of bring in the black of the knight in her dress. I like to work in odds, so that's a tip. If you are someone who struggles with kind of putting colors together, repeating colors is a good way to do that. So I am using a piece of black cardstock and a bag of powder. It's called an embossing buddy. And then I'm going to be using Versamark ink. Then we're going to be using some white embossing powder, and then I'm going to heat it with a heat tool. I love heat embossing. I know a lot of people are scared of it, but don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's real easy once you get the hang of it. So, and embossing powder is just microplastic that you can melt. So, and it's just paper. If it doesn't work, you can try it again. So if you guys want more, I think Brennan has posted a couple of embossing videos. So if you want some more in-depth tutorials, let me know. I'd be happy to provide that for you. So I'm going to be popping this up on the pink. And the good thing about this dimensional adhesive is it also is pretty sticky, so it should stay no problem. Once I get that done, I'm going to bring in some rhinestones. If you follow me on my Jolly Elf channel, you know that I bought I think it's a pack of 32 for like $9 on Amazon. So I have every color of the rainbow. And yeah, so I'm putting one on the end. And once I do that, I am done. I brought in a gel pen to add some bigger kind of star things. I'm never good at that. So I thought about giving her pupils and I was like, Misty, no, we're not doing that. So that is the card, y'all. I appreciate you watching. I hope you learned something new. Again, if you want some more tips on embossing, let me know. I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.